Hello, this is Sally Ann. It's been a while since I've done a video, but I just thought I've just made 2 cards and I thought I'd like to share them. Isn't it interesting how we get inspired by other crafters? And that's very much the case in this instance. And indeed, it was Chris Peterson from her Calla Lily studio that inspired me to make the design of the cards that I've got to show you today. So let me show them to you. This is the card. It looks pretty much a 6 by 6 Christmas card, but actually the joy of it is when it gets opened up, because it opens up into a card in a box. And here you go. Isn't that just gorgeous? So simple to make. And here what I've just done is I've taken the measurements that she provided on her website, because I think a lady called Mona Gale in the UK made one, but the measurements were metric. So what Chris did was give us the measurements in inches, and that's what I've done here. Is I've just made the box, or the card in the box, from her measurements. I used a red piece of cardstock. I used some Kaisercraft papers here. This I think was some Echo Park papers. Just came up beautifully, and I inked the edges of the design paper there with a little bit of vintage photo, just to kind of give them an edge, a little bit of ribbon. But it just opens up. If I sort of lay it on its side, you probably see it in its full. And I just added a little memento here for a Christmas one. This is actually made for a friend who asked me to make her something a little special for her husband, so hopefully that she'll think this is a little something special. But you can see it actually is quite simple in terms of its design. But I'll put all the information on my blog, and certainly reference back to Chris Peterson from Calla Lily Studios and Monica Gale. So that was my first attempt, and as you see it just drops down flat, packages flat, to a 6 by 6 envelope. Then my friend also happened to say to me that it was her mother's birthday and she was over from Canada and she'd like a very Australian kind of card. It was her 95th birthday. So literally I've just finished putting the bow on this to finish it off in some baker's twine, and then just adding a few dots to kind of give it a little authentic look. And this I used some Tangerine Kaisercraft weave card as the base. And this, I can't tell you where I got this paper from. I've just had it for ages and ages. It was a scrapbooking paper that I bought, I think, when I first came out to Australia. It just appealed to me. So I've used that to cover the main part of the box. I used an image off Google. This is actually Ebor Falls, which is just up the road from us here in Dorrigo. And I just thought that would be a lovely piece to put on the back of the card, and then she can write something on the sentiment panel there. So that's kind of given a clue to the back of the card. So let's open it up in where we did the other ones. So this is, I have to tell you, very Aussie, so, and that was deliberate. So here we go, happy 95th birthday, Mum. And then some gum tree leaves. And then basically I've just gone mad with Australiana. I've got a little cockatoo that I basically just got off Google and cut out. I had some Jolie's boutique stickers that were from Australia, so I've used a couple of those. The kangaroo I again got off of Google. Again, the thongs, the flip-flops as we call them in the UK, but the thongs also happen to have Ebor Falls on them. There's a company apparently that makes these, so I thought I'd cut those out and stick those on. And then there's a little boat, a little sign saying Australia, so I just put that on 2 lollipop sticks just to stick there with a kangaroo sign. And there's a koala sitting in a tree, and again the background image is just a tall tree that again I found on the internet. So I've just really gone berserk, and you'll see that the bridges, I used 3 in this instance. I think the pattern she suggests 2, but here it is when you look at it side on. But it's quite sweet, I think, and hopefully it'll meet the brief of doing something really over the top in terms of being Australia, because she'll take it back to Canada hopefully with her. I'll just turn it around so you can see the bridges. and you can see how I've put the pieces on. I'll just turn it round, and then, as I say, when you want to close it up, you literally just squeeze it all together and it all folds flat. So literally you open it up, there we go, and fold it, you just close it all flat. Isn't that clever? I'm sure I'm going to make a lot more of the design, simply because they are so easy. Once you get the measurements going and the principle, the key thing, actually the hardest thing, is decorating it. But once you've got a theme, it then becomes easy, because the little bridges just give you that sort of view and effect. So anyway, 2 card in a box ideas. Very much heavily inspired by Chris Peterson. Thank you very much indeed, Chris. You inspired me greatly to make these. And again, I'll put all the details on my blog should you wish to have a go yourself. I highly recommend it. Okay, bye.